In 2008, millions of people lost their homes. Savings vanished, jobs disappeared, entire lives collapsed overnight. But somehow, the banks that caused the disaster got richer. Again and again. The same pattern repeats every crisis. A bubble grows. Warnings appear. Everything crashes. Ordinary people suffer. Then the largest corporations quietly buy everything for cheap. So here's the uncomfortable question. If economic crises are always unexpected, why do the same people always seem prepared? What if financial disasters aren't random accidents, but features of the system itself? History keeps rhyming. The Great Depression, the dot-com crash, housing collapse, pandemic panic, different decades, different triggers, same ending. Mass fear, government rescue packages, and wealth flowing upward. During the 2008 crisis alone, Americans lost over $19 trillion in household wealth. But within a few years, major financial institutions were posting record profits again. Imagine a casino. Every time regular players lose, the casino gets bailed out with taxpayer money, and then allowed to keep gambling. That sounds insane. But financially, that's basically the modern economy. To understand why crises keep happening, you need to understand one thing. Modern economies run on debt. Governments borrow, companies borrow, consumers borrow. Debt fuels growth. Think of the economy like a bicycle. Debt is the speed. Without enough speed, the bicycle falls over, so the system constantly pushes for more loans, more spending, more risk. Banks love this because banks don't simply store money, they create money through lending. When banks issue massive loans, asset prices rise, homes get expensive, stocks soar. Everyone feels richer. Until reality catches up. Here's where it gets dangerous. When money becomes cheap, people stop asking smart questions. Investors chase profits. Companies overexpand. Speculators gamble recklessly. And governments, they often encourage it. Because booming markets make politicians look successful. The bubble grows bigger. Then one small crack appears. Maybe housing prices slow down. Maybe interest rates rise. Maybe panic spreads online. Suddenly, everyone realizes the prices were built on confidence, not reality. And confidence is fragile. The crash begins. Here's the part that makes people suspicious. During crises, small players usually get destroyed first. Workers lose jobs. Families lose homes. Small businesses collapse. But giant institutions, they often survive. Why? Because they're considered too big to fail. In 2008, governments injected trillions into the financial system. Banks received emergency loans. Corporations received bailouts. Meanwhile, ordinary people waited in unemployment lines. To many people, it looked less like a rescue mission and more like a transfer of power. And something even stranger happens during crashes. The rich go shopping. When panic hits, assets become cheap. Fear forces desperate people to sell. And those with cash buy everything at discount prices. It happened after 2008. It happened during the pandemic. While millions struggled financially, billionaire wealth surged dramatically. Why? Because crises don't destroy all wealth. They redistribute it, usually upward. That's why every collapse feels planned. Not because shadowy villains secretly control everything, but because the system consistently rewards those closest to money and power. The game may not be rigged in secret, but the rules were never equal. Today, many people feel trapped. Wages rise slowly, but housing, healthcare, and education explode in cost. Debt becomes normal. Credit cards, student loans, mortgages. Entire generations are borrowing just to maintain basic living standards. And every new crisis increases public distrust. People stop believing institutions. They stop trusting banks, governments, even currencies. That's partly why alternative assets exploded. People aren't just chasing profits, they're searching for escape routes. Because deep down, many suspect the next crisis is already forming. So, are economic crises planned? Probably not in the cinematic conspiracy movie sense. But they may be inevitable outcomes. A machine that privatizes profits while socializing losses. And maybe that's the real reason crises feel orchestrated. Because after every collapse, the same structures survive, the same incentives remain, and the same cycle begins again. Boom, bubble, crash, bailout. Repeat. Do you think economic crises are unavoidable? Or is the system designed to benefit from chaos? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more stories about the hidden mechanics of money, subscribe. Because the next crisis may already be closer than we think.